BSC, Bomb Squad, what is up? Free Agent Bowler in with you. Thanks for coming in to check out the review of the brand new DV8 Collision. Let me apologize to all of you for taking so long to get something out. It's been a really busy first quarter of the year for me and my family, and I just have not had time to do this, and finally was able to carve out some, and here we are. So thank you for being here. You guys know you're the reason I do this. Let's get to the three promises. Number one, I'm a non-staffer. This is a non-staff review. That's a good thing for you because you get an unbiased opinion. Number two, every ball that I review has at least 10 games on it. This one has 17. As of shooting, has about 22 now. And number three, I want you to know that when you come in and watch one of my videos, you guys are getting an honest opinion. Speaking of my videos, I'm getting ready to release a new series of videos called 4 Minutes of Motion. And these are pieces that I've bought and I've tried that just didn't match up with me, but I still think seeing the motion is valuable. So I'll start putting those out. They'll have a little bit of commentary, but it's not a full review. It's really literally just a motion video. So make sure you stay tuned for those. Those are coming quick. Guys, these hats, I promise you, I have been working my tail off to make this happen. I've gone through 4 different distributors now to try to get this thing locked down, and if you know anything about me, you know that I don't do anything half-assed. So I'm not going to put out some BS product that I can't stand behind and be proud of. So until that happens, I won't do it. But I promise you they are coming, and when they come, they will be limited. Whatever the colorway is, whatever the design is, they'll be released in batches of 20 or 25, and that's it. And then we're on to the next one. So I promise they're coming. Please be patient with me. I promise they're on the way. There's the code at FA Buddies Pro Shop, FA Bowl 5, save you 5%. So let's get right to the ball. In this video, you're going to notice the 9th frame is mysteriously missing. When I tried to upload it, it said the file was corrupted. Tried everything 7 ways from Sunday to make this to work, and it just wouldn't work. So I said, forget it. I'll explain it in the video. So that's the explanation. But this ball, 246 RG052 differential, 019 mass bias. Really big ball. And I will warn you, if you're a lower speed, lower rev player, this probably is not your piece. I've seen this used by some people who really like to have big pieces, and they think for some reason, you know, that's going to be a better ball for them. I'll warn you, I'm not sure that this is your speed if that's who you are. If you're mid-speed matched and above, so say 15 miles an hour and above, I think this ball can be really, really good for you. But if you're lower speed, I just don't see this as a fit. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe it's all dependent on layout. And if so, so be it. But if you're a lower speed guy, you really need to be careful with this one because it is huge. My 50 by 4.5 by 50 layout in this thing is one that I use to try to generate, you know, a little bit smoother motion, still a little pop, but some smoother motion. And this one has more pop than I expected, and the motion is significantly further down the lane than I expected, but it's very good. I've used it, you know, down and in, I've used it across the lane, I've used it all over the place, and I gotta tell you, it's a good one. You know, it was funny that I put it on the rack the first night I threw it, and guy said, "What's that?" I said, "It's the brand new DV8 Collision." And he said, "How much was that?" I said, $180 or whatever plus drilling. And he says, "You spent $200 on a DV8 bowling ball?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And he said, and this is a direct quote, okay? He said, "Because DV8 is easily the worst of all the Brunswick brands." And that's not been my experience, guys. The Decree was exceptional. For a $100 ball, that thing was unbelievable. You know, the Poison up until recently was one of my favorites. And then the Damn Good Verge is a terrific tournament ball. It's an amazing tournament ball. And then this one. So, not sure what's going on. The only thing I can think is he was talking about the odor that comes from this. Brunswick, hey, listen, can we maybe get a ball that doesn't make your car smell like the Dow Chemical Factory? That would be really nice. That would be great. You know, here's the thing, guys. This is a very powerful ball. Hardest hitting DV8 ball since the Poison. Reminds me a lot of the Radical Zing, but with much more predictable and consistent motion. It's really a good all-around ball. I think you can use it tournament shots. I think you can use it on house. and you can have some success with it. And I have, but your layout is going to be critical, and we'll get to that as we get to the grade sheet. But you'll see here we finish out this game pretty well, 9th frame aside. Sorry I couldn't bring it to you. Don't know what the hell happened there, but it was a strike. So we finish out 257, and that begs the question, does the DV8 Collision make the bag, and is it the main bag or one of the totes? This one's going to go in the main bag, and it's going to replace something. I don't know what, but it's too good to not have in there. Final grade is an A. So let's get to the grade sheet. First off, appearance. Looks amazing. This ball looks fantastic. Really easy to see what it's doing with the colorway that it has. It's just a very, very good looking ball. Reliability. That is, is the core and the cover, are those two a match for each other, and do they create a reliable motion to strike with? And the answer is yes. You'd be surprised how often that's not the case, but it is here. Repeatability is, if I'm doing the same thing every time, is the ball going to react the same every time? And this is where you can run into some trouble with this ball. I gave it a 7.5 here. And frankly, just really bluntly, the reason is because it kind of sometimes has a mind of its own. It's fairly speed sensitive, and there's times that you want it to move and it's going to move way too much, and times you want it to move that it's not going to do anything. But other than that, it's pretty good. The finish is really strong and the power is really strong. 45 points in an A, 0.90 price to performance ratio. Anything above 0.87, that's a pretty good piece. So it's definitely worth considering if you're in the market for a really strong hybrid. So what's next? Here it is. This is one of them. This is a Storm Nova. I am delivering this ball in these shots on the same condition that you just saw me bowling on. And look at how much more significant this motion is. And I'm doing this with a weaker hand position, and it's still doing this. This ball is incredibly strong. Way stronger than I guess I thought it would be based on the numbers, and it's a beast for sure. And then the Motive Raptor Supreme. So essentially the VIP Affliction, which I love, is one of my favorites from Motive. This is essentially the solid version of that. And I put 50 by 4.5 by 40 in this one, and it gives me exactly what I want. A little less pop down lane from the VIP Affliction, which has a significant amount of back end. And this one is just a very smooth roller. Really a good one, and it's coming up. So those will be full reviews, and then you'll start seeing some of these 4 minutes of motion videos pop in here and there. So make sure you go over to Buddy's Pro Shop, FA Bowl 5. That'll get you 5% off. Helps the channel, helps you. Just do it. Bowling's expensive, right? Help yourself out, help me out. To Arapahoe Bowling Center, I want to say thanks for letting me come in there and always do what I do. I go in and I say, hey, I need to be off and away from people so that people aren't screwing with my video. And they always accommodate me. Great place, great people. Make sure you go check them out if you're in the Denver area. One of the best houses in all of the state, I promise you. I want to say thanks to Buddy's Pro Shop, or Bobby's Pro Shop. Bobby Layton over there, he's a good one. And, you know, we're kind of spoiled here in Denver. We have a ton of good shops, from Bowler Depot to 10 Back to Bobby's Place. I mean, there's a ton of guys around here, so we're a little spoiled in that regard, but I appreciate all of them equally. Thanks to all of you for watching. Make sure you subscribe for the latest stuff. And if you got questions, comments, concerns, want to tell me I suck, I get that about 5-6 times a week, I'm good with it. There's my email right there. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. The next one's coming soon.